Hi, and welcome back to Live from My Watch, a podcast. I forgot it was supposed to be a video podcast, so that's why I'm only talking to you now. But I have an idea of how I might be able to give you a nice visual for the whole podcast, the part that I recorded before this. But now I'm going to make myself some chai tea because it sounded good while finishing to record the podcast. Okay. Live from my watch. Hello and welcome to Live from My Watch, a podcast that I record on my Apple Watch SE with cellular. My name is Stephen Biller, also known as Stoner Steve. Today, I want to talk about college. Academia is wild, bro. It's wild, man. Like, the stakes are so low, yet people build their lives around this stuff, man, and like, the anxiety is so high and the stress is so high, bro. And like, what are we striving for? Excellence? Accuracy? As soon as I said those words, I forgot them. They left my head. Phew. All right. So that's the thesis. That's the opening paragraph. That's the introduction. And we're gonna open up with chapter 1 right after we take a break. Today's episode is brought to you by University College, the finest education that you can buy with hold on. And now back to the show. Oh, are we back? Sorry about that. So college, academia, education. I should open by saying, let's see. Let's just go into the next paragraph. So, I am a college student. I am a millennial in my mid-30s. Returned to college to finish my first bachelor degree in English Lit. So that's where I'm coming from. Altogether now, I've had 4 years of secondary education, and I'm getting ready to finish my 5th. Halfway through my 5th. I had an associate's degree I completed from a Bible college, straight out of high school. Mid to late 2000s. The first decade. For those of you listening in the late 2000s. 2000s? What will they call this millennium? Like 2000? Like 1900? We do say 2022 already. I made popovers for breakfast. Yeah, brunch. What's it called when you're drinking your first cup of coffee for the day? While watching the sunset. Living on continental time. I want to visit Europe. I don't know if Europe could handle me. I'm such a unique flavor of U.S. American that, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little nervous to travel abroad. But I know some of you guys are listening from places outside of the U.S. Hello. Welcome. I'm sorry, I do not have specific stats in front of me. They were probably in the script for the show. And I don't read those. My producer is shaking their head. Yeah, I don't read the script, but I really appreciate the art of screenwriting. So I have a full staff of comedy writers, the best in the business, and they write these great scripts, and we're gonna get them published. We'll put them in a volume and publish them because. All right, I look at them. I look at the scripts. I need to know a briefing. What's the topics for the day? Blah, blah, blah. But I like to just go off, just kind of chat. This is a comedy podcast. You may not have known that. Yeah. A little philosophy, a little comedy. But, yeah. All right, producer said it's time for a commercial break. Gotta try to keep the lights on around here. And feed my cat. Yeah, as she's reminding me. Thank you, Meiji. Oh, I do love you. Okay. She wanted to be let out. Adios. Okay. We'll be right back. This is a message from the Council of Cats. This concludes the message from the Council of Cats. And now back to the show. What was that? Council of Cats? I feel like, I think our broadcast might have just been hijacked, pirated. Pirate radio. Anybody seen that movie? I never saw it, but I think it's based on a real event. It's like some guys out in a boat in the 70s broadcasting rock and roll because it was illegal, something like that. The truth is, it's time to get back to our topic. Yeah, academia, man. Like, lives are built on it, It's kind of wild because you're paying an institution to educate you on ways of thinking. Also, how to repeat those ideas in an authoritative manner. With authority. I can't speak today, apparently. But yeah. But those ideas are not universal. And there's so much prejudice, Like, I'm not talking about, it's just everybody brings to the table a perspective. That's what I mean by prejudice, just from an academic sense. You read a book or an article, you watch a video, and what you hear in that video, or what you read, what you take away, is based a large part on your past experiences, early formative, like, moments of educational moments where you learn something that really stuck in your brain, the back brain stem brain. Like, this is science. Like, this is like studies that people have done that have been published and peer reviewed. Like, it's not conspiracy, it's like generally accepted what I'm talking about here. People have perspectives is a way of saying it. Points of view, it's like, it's just my point of view. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Producer's saying, bring it back together. Bring it back together. I gotcha. Sorry, didn't mean to raise my voice. Oh, they said it's fine. Yeah, we're all friends here. Lovely friends in the studio. But I am getting a little too excited. Because it's like some parts of the population I don't know. Because biologically, every brain is a little bit different, right? Because every person is a little bit different. I wonder if identical twins, if their brains are identical. It would be so interesting. Surely that study's been done. Let's Google it later. Or Bing. It's still around. I don't know how. Bing.com. How is that still around? And how is it not sponsoring me? Well, anyways, we've got to cut to one of our real sponsors. But Bill Gates. At me. Today's episode is brought to you in part by the new Apple iPhone. Okay, stop it. And now back to the show. I guess the thing that's kind of interesting to me is that for anything that you might look at society and have a problem with, like today we're talking about academia and like the sort of circular thinking that is happening where you are taught something, and then you're taught how to teach that thing, basically. And so, and this may be just because I'm taking an English lit, I'm getting an English lit degree. And so maybe my area of study is just kind of more like this, but sound off in the comments if this is sounds familiar to you and you're from a different area of study. Yeah. I guess the thing for me that's hard... let me check with my cat, see if she wants to come in. Hey, May, do you want to come in? Come on, babe. Go curl up on the couch with Mom. I know, it's getting cold out there now. I kind of like it. It means I can drink more hot beverages. Speaking of which, where is my coffee? All right, we're going to take a break from our main storyline today to go on a little excursion in the new segment I like to call Let's Go on a Trip. Looking for my coffee mug. Trekking through the house. Don't get stuck in the mud. I found my coffee. Hey, Hides. I'm just recording a podcast.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Have fun.
Oh, happy Vlogmas, I guess.
Happy Vlogmas.
Which reminds me, this is now a video podcast as well, so I'm supposed to have my phone out. Great. We'll be right back. Everything's happening all at once. Okay, to make a chai tea, you need chai tea latte blend, a black tea concentrate. Today I'm using Oregon chai, not sponsored, but there's a different kind that I got once at Whole Foods, not sponsored, that was so good. And all I need milk, which is already out. Now you can do this hot, or you can do it iced. Either one. Hot or iced. Today I'm going to do it hot because it is cold outside. I should repeat that for camera. I'm looking for my hat. You would look like looking for a hat. Because my head is cold. Where is my hat? Because my head is cold. Where is my hat? Now I'm getting concerned. It's not outside. Bro, I'm losing everything, man. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. Somewhere that I looked before, but I didn't look good enough. You know how that be? You know how that be? Hi. Hey, video. I'm back, and I have a hat because I was cold. I will be honest, this is not my hat. I don't know where this hat came from. One day, my partner and I were packing for a trip, and she pulled this hat out, and she was like, oh, this must be yours. And I was like, that's not mine. And anyways, now I wear it. Okay, let's finish our beverage. Beverage. Okay. Right. I need to clear some counter space here so I can see what I'm doing. That's done. Now I need a cup. I've got a mug here that works perfect. Basically, you're going to do equal parts milk and chai. Equal parts milk and chai. You can eyeball it. That's fine. And then adjust to taste. Okay. That color looks good to me. Okay, now this mug actually that I put it in, I just remembered, is not microwave safe. So we will be putting it into a mug. Confirmed is microwave safe. Alright. Here in the test kitchen for Live From My Watch, we like to do everything the fun way. By the seat of our pants. Now the joy of this recorded podcast, this video podcast, is that the video portion is more of a vlog There's behind the scenes content in there that's not in the finished podcast. So please go over and check out youtube.com. You may have heard of it. I am on there. Just look for Stoner Steve. There's also a link in my bio. I'm all over the place. On Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram and TikTok, I am at Hey Stoner Steve, which may soon become the name of this podcast, actually. Thinking of doing a rebrand. I know, we were just becoming friends. But that's okay. Changing my name doesn't mean that I'm changing. That's a great view, isn't it? Should we return to our subject while I'm waiting for my tea to finish? Let's return to the thesis, which is academia is wild, bro. But seriously, the stakes are so low, and yet we think of it as such a big deal. People build their lives around this stuff. All the stress and anxiety I have personally experienced so much stress returning to school. I'm an overachiever, and on top of that, I also have learning challenges. My brain doesn't always work exactly like everybody else's. And so it feels like it takes me a little bit longer to understand things. But once I understand them, I got them. But I went to school online because I went back in 2020 and the pandemic was just starting to boil up, and it just felt like the safer thing to do. I don't know. So I haven't regretted it. It's just been a challenge, but I don't regret it. And I've learned a lot. Challenge means growth, right? That's how I choose to look at it. It's the whole reason I went back to school, because it just felt like I wasn't achieving the things that I wanted to achieve. I also didn't know what I wanted to achieve. So that's why I went back. But it's just sort of registering now, because as I'm sort of figuring out what I want to do next, it's not completely reliant on having a degree. It still offers some credibility, perhaps. But I want to be a content creator. I've always been a writer. I've always been a creator. I make music. I make videos. I make podcasts. This is not my first podcast, my friend. Look up Oral Emissions. I think there's still some episodes floating around out there. Chaotic, funny, three brothers all talking on top of each other. Yeah, it was 20 plus episodes. Golden, we had 30 listeners an episode. It was fantastic, man. I'll talk about all of that another time. That was a part of my history that I'm maybe revisiting. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what the future holds? Not I, said the cat. But my chai is done, so okay, I'm setting down the camera. I'm getting out my tea. I think education is important, and I understand the need for an academic culture. I also understand that I don't think that my brain always works in that way. But that's fair. That's fair. As a philosopher, as a creator, I'm kind of looking at things from a different perspective of someone that wants to preserve, wants to remember things as they are, and that's important. It's important to to preserve our history. The history of people, because, well, let's take a quick break. All right, crisis averted, bro. My phone was like filled up and wouldn't let me record anymore, but it's because I had some old videos that needed deleted. Anyways, that's behind the scenes. Doesn't matter. We're a quality operation here. We're doing quite well, as you can see. With your donations, we could afford to have equipment that works. Donate at linktree/StonerSteve. Now back to the show. Wow, wrap up was so long I got interrupted by a commercial break. Let's see if we can sum this up here. Okay. Preserving of human history is important, and that's a place that academia fills, and serves to fill in part. As for the taking of the past and re-examining it and sometimes restructuring it for art or to examine it from a different perspective, that is firmly in the hands of the creators. And I think I'm just realizing that I am a creator, not an academic. Although I do like knowing things. It makes me feel smart. Anyways, let's see, what's the main question for today? What makes you feel smart? There you go. I've been Stoner Steve. You can find me online at HeyStonerSteve or at linktree/StonerSteve. Please share this with a friend, a loved one, or a mortal enemy, depending on how it made you feel. Do hit that subscribe button if you want. Eventually it will help me to feed my cat. So, until next time, see you later.